1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on. Join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4. When the chimes ring 5, 6, and 7, we'll be right in 7th heaven. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Oh, when it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, I'll be going strong, and so will you. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 12, we'll cool off and start rocking around the clock again. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Tick-tock, 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 Teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. You used to rock me in the cradle of your arms. You said you'd hold me till the pains of life were gone. You said you'd comfort me in times like these, and now I need you, and now I need you, and you are gone. So I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Since you've gone and left me, there's been so little beauty, but I know I saw clearly through your eyes. Now the world outside is such a cold and bitter place. Here inside I have few things that will console. And when I try to hear your voice above the storms of life, then I remember I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I think on the things that made me feel so wonderful when I was young. I think on the things that made me laugh, made me dance, made me sing. I think on the things that made me grow into a being full of pride. I think on these things, for they are true. And I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I thought that you were gone, but now I know you're with me. You are the voice that whispers all I need to hear. I know a please, a thank you, and a smile will take me far. I know that I am you, and you are me, and we are one. I know that who I am is numbered in each grain of sand. I know that I am blessed again and again. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes.
Building community.
Building community.
Building community.
And creating social change.
And creating social change.
By raising our voices in song.
By raising our voices in song.
By raising our voices in song.
We certainly had our challenges musically, and we certainly had our challenges organizationally. And there were times I wondered if we would make it or not, but we did. And we had so many people right from the beginning who were really enthusiastic about the organization. And I think that really sustained the group through those challenges.
I moved to the cities in 1988. I had lived in rural Wisconsin. It was a very lonely place for someone who was self-identifying as a lesbian. And so I moved here looking for community and to expand my coming out experience. When I got to the cities, we were reading Equal Time, which was the magazine at the time, and it advertised for a mixed chorus that a gentleman named Paul Petrella was trying to pull together both gay and lesbian voices to sing together. And that was quite exciting for me because I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the GLBT community, and even back then it wasn't a GLBT, we talked about G and L.
In the beginning, I remember feeling sort of like we were in this alone, and then slowly over time, women and lesbians in the community started to work with us in supporting us with services for people with AIDS. And I think it was a huge breakthrough in gay men working with women.
The very first rehearsal was amazing. You know, it was just a room full of gay and lesbian people. And everybody was so just pumped.
It wasn't long before I felt like I had finally found my people, my community.
Welcome to Roots and Wings. My name is Jane Ramsire Miller, and I'm glad you are with us on this journey tonight. So we have about 30 alumni who have been rehearsing with us off and on, and some of them virtually. We did these virtual rehearsals, and some of them have come in from all over the country to join us tonight. So the people right up behind me here are people who sang in the first 10 years of One Voice, so we're calling them our founders for tonight. And they will be featured in this song, One Voice, which is the very first commission that One Voice Mixed Chorus ever commissioned in 1990 by Anne Reed, singer-songwriter from Minneapolis.
I have one voice to be heard, and I struggle with each and every word. One voice from within my heart. One heart. I have one voice to sing, argue, explain. A voice to comfort, a voice to give to pain. I have a heart that I must answer to.
rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is a-breaking in my soul.
Gay people at one time were invisible, and we're forced to become invisible, but now we're a part of the light. We are the light. That's where we are, and that's where we need to keep reminding people of their light and their beauty as well.
Being in the education field, it was very frightening for me. However, in time, we began walking in the Pride Parade. I don't remember exactly quite when, but I always had this anxiousness about, what if somebody sees me?
At the very first One Voice concert, there were a number of singers who were not comfortable having their name in the program to be out in the community. And one of those singers was Mary Tanucci. But one of the cool things that happened was several years later, Mary, who was working for the St. Paul school system, started the program Out for Equity, which is a way of supporting and working with GLBT students in the public schools. And now, 25 years later, One Voice has a partnership with Out for Equity, and they are a major player in our program each spring called Out in Our Schools.
In 1974, I got a duty assignment as a military training instructor for basic trainees at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. I knew even before going down there that it was likely that most of the women I would be assigned with and working with would be gay. I did not realize how pervasive the fear of this was until I got down there. I became friends with these women, and I recognized how terrified they were. Fast forward to 2004. I'm 54 years old, and I finally realized, oh, that's what it's been all these years. And I came out, and I joined One Voice in 2006, and I haven't looked back.
There are certain kinds of love that never die. There are certain kinds of love that never die, that never die. Lori knew how to tease me without my being offended. There was something in the way that she would smile that, I could still see very vividly. She was the first person I really, truly loved. But I grew up in the 40s in a small rural community, and there were certainly no role models of what it meant to love someone of the same sex. So I didn't know how to understand that. My high school boyfriend, he asked me to marry him, and, well, at the time, that's what I thought a woman did. She got married. Well, it didn't take me very long to realize that I'd made a mistake. So we decided to get a divorce. During all of this time, Lori and I stayed in touch. I knew that I loved her deeply. I have very strong feelings for you too, but most of all, I want to have children. She met a man who had asked her to marry him, and then she got pregnant, and she said, if it's a little girl, I'm going to name her after you, Glenda. Well, as it turned out, it was a little boy, and I was relieved. It really would have been excruciatingly painful if she'd had a little girl named after me. somewhere along the way we were talking, and she said,
if I outlive my husband, and you don't have a partner, perhaps we can grow old together.
and somehow that made it okay. But then Lori got cancer, and she didn't live very long, and I didn't get to see her again. It didn't hit me so much until I turned 60. And I began to really think about old age. And this was the time. This was the time that Lori and I were gonna have. And it didn't happen.
There are certain kinds of love that never die. There are certain kinds of love that never die.
But I don't regret at all the time we shared. It's where I learned that I could love and be loved and be loved and be
Enigmatic man, formulating, deconstructing dangerous plans, coded signals in the air, buildings are machinery, bit by bit revealing secret messages and meanings, stolen glances, do you dare?
101. Agents of the state, prejudice and paranoia turning into hatred of the enemy within. Chemical solution, poisoning a reputation, lovers' dreams in ruins. There's a policeman at the door, and the world keeps turning on those zeros and ones. The machine still telling us who's right and who's wrong. National hero. 0101010101010101.
Final calculation to end a life of service to a cold, ungrateful nation, leaving 50,000 more, and the world keeps turning all those zeros and ones. The machine still telling us who's right and who's wrong, and the world keeps turning all those zeros and ones. The machine still telling us who's right and who's wrong. National hero, zero.
Well, men and women did connect in the 80s. You didn't feel a need to. We knew we couldn't because they seemed to be like this different type of culture, and in some ways, you know, they very much were. And plus, lesbianism had its very connection to feminism, and I think that some men saw that as sort of, well, they are anti-man, but in a lot of ways it was just that it was just so new to think about bringing the communities together.
Yeah.
We didn't know how, or, you know.
And it was an opportunity for women to really be strong in and among themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So I think a lot of us got labeled as separatists, and we weren't.
Yeah.
Which is why the mixed chorus made sense.
Right.
You know, I did want to talk about the early choreography as well, because I remember one of the first concerts, it was Too Darn Hot, and I got to dance with Jiffy Pop and an iron. It was lovely.
Star maker, dream breaker.
We are one voice.
You fell in love the night you met. Her eyes shot sparks. You can't forget.
One Voice tours. We, in my first season, we did a huge tour to Canada. A couple buses, and we drove all the way up to Winnipeg. Blew my mind. I believe we did 5 concerts that weekend. It was amazing.
We stopped at the border, and I said, okay, everybody, no jokes, have your paperwork ready, this is serious stuff. And the customs person gets on, and she said, are you guys really a choir? We said, yeah, and she said, okay, sing something for me. So we sang something for her, and she said, okay, pass. We got to Winnipeg and got ready for the concert. We had the concert, and lo and behold, she had shown up 100 miles from the border.
November 2016, right after the elections, we took a tour up to northern Minnesota the same weekend that a blizzard hit.
We were supposed to get to Ely in 4 hours. It took us 8 hours to get to Ely. Each of the 2 tour buses got stuck 3 times. We didn't have time to change into our concert attire. So there we were on stage in our boots and our coats. The people of Ely showed up to hear us sing.
In fact, some of the people stayed overnight in Ely, like if they lived out a ways, so that they could come to our concert.
It's so important for our children to experience One Voice and to know from an early age that, as the song says, you can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. Our Out in the Schools program does just that, teaching kids to sing and dialogue with each other about each other. This wonderful program has impacted over 30 schools and countless children statewide.
My dream came true when we came to St. Francis as part of our outreach tour. I received notes from kids saying that we saved their life and that being with One Voice, surrounded by people who accept and love each other for who they are, made them feel safe and gave them hope. For that, I will always be grateful to One Voice.
We are fearless. We have gone and done things in places that other people would not have done, especially in a queer choir. We don't shy away from social issues. In fact, we embrace them. White privilege, Black equality, transgender, the Holocaust. Those are some of the things that we have touched upon and made people aware of, because these are things that are important in our lives.
I opened this morning's paper, 60 degrees and sunny. But wait, it says a child died, 3 years old, shot in his own home, a stray bullet. And the drought in Africa continues to take lives.
strikes Japan as senior official forced to resign.
Heat waves cook Great Barrier Reef.
17 dead in mass shooting at high school. The memory and the knowledge of the Holocaust may be fading.
Trans woman murdered in Jacksonville is 12th this year.
Hashtag MeToo.
Mass shootings at high school. 17 the memory and the knowledge of the Holocaust may be fading.
12th this year.
17 dead at mass shootings. The memory and the knowledge of the Holocaust may be fading. Mass shooting at high school. 17 dead. The memory and the knowledge of the Holocaust may be fading.
Strikes Japan as senior official is forced to resign.
17 dead at mass shooting at high
Trans
school.
woman murdered
The
in
memory and the
Jacksonville.
knowledge of the Holocaust may be fading. 17 dead.
"60 degrees and sunny."
Freedom don't really ring. particular trees. Our twin singular bodies rounded as moons, lie side by side, unique, distinct as the cup of my own true path. The lines of the left one tell me what was, the lines of the right tell me what will be. This is the shape of change, not a line, but a circle, apple of light, apple of light, apple of light, apple of light, that turns through time to fill us with hunger for all we can love, for all we can love, all we can
Such an incredible privilege to work with these creative and passionate people, not only singers, but as you see, composers within the chorus, incredible individuals and musicians. The people backing up this chorus are our board members and our staff. And if you were a board member or a staff or a committee member in the past at some point or currently, could you stand in the audience, please? We want to thank you. And if you're a singer that didn't make it to the alumni rehearsals, that's okay. We're really glad you're here today. Singer or fifth section, can you stand? Thank you to all of you who have been a part of the One Voice family. So next year, I am actually taking a leave. I'm going to be planning a huge festival with 7,000 queer people, which is going to be here in Minneapolis in 2020. So I'm taking a year off, and I want to introduce you to Tesfa Wandamagniu. Come on in. I am so excited that Tesfa is going to be at the helm. So here he is.
Hey, y'all. How are y'all doing? Good. I am so excited and privileged to serve as guest artistic director for next season. I was told to be short, so I'm going to remember my 3 B's. Be good, be brief, and be gone. So let me tell you, this opportunity to share music with these amazing people behind me, I am looking forward to being stretched and changed, and I hope that you come out next season and enjoy and grow with us. We are doing Music from the Stage and Broadway and Beyond as our opening concert, and we're remembering the Stonewall Uprising 50 years later. It's going to be an amazing season, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you so much.
And please welcome our Executive Director, Christopher Tykalo.
Thanks, Jane. Good afternoon. Happy Pride. How are you doing today? Great. Good to see you all. My name is Christopher Tykalo. I'm One Voice Mixed Chorus's Executive Director, and thank you so much for being here today. I would like to invite you to stop by our table in the lobby to learn more about One Voice and how you can become involved as a singer, a volunteer, or a board member. Purchase one of our amazing CDs. Support our mission of building community and creating social change by raising our voices in song by making a financial gift in honor of One Voice's 30th anniversary. As a matter of fact, I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you a little story about our friend Donna. Thanks to Donna, One Voice had the opportunity to sing the national anthem at this past weekend's Minnesota Lynx game at the Target Center. Thank you. She loves One Voice so much that she has agreed to match all financial gifts made to One Voice this weekend, dollar for dollar, up to $5,000. And I am happy to report that after last night, we are halfway to our goal. So let's create a good problem and see if we can exceed that this afternoon. If everyone here today contributed $30 for 30 years towards our match, we would easily surpass our $5,000 goal. These dollars will help secure One Voice's future and continue to create the social change that we all want to see in the world. Please fill out your audience surveys in your concert program so we can learn more about our audiences. And I also want to encourage you to join us for our fundraising event, Showtune Showdown, on Monday, July 16th at Park Square Theater. Showtune Showdown is a unique blend of American Idol, Name That Tune, and Glee meets Broadway show tunes. Teams from 3 choral ensembles will sing their hearts out and test their musical knowledge while competing for a $1,000 prize in an epic battle for choral supremacy, all to raise money for One Voice Mixed Chorus. It is sure to be an evening that you will not forget. Purchase your tickets today at onevoicemn.org. Finally, if you enjoyed this afternoon's concert, please consider joining us for Showtune Showdown. Thank you so much for being here. Please see me in the lobby to help us meet our $5,000 challenge. And thank you so much and happy Pride.
The most fortunate pieces for me is having met my partner, Shar. We met early on in choir and started dating in the second season, and we've been together ever since.
One of the things that I really love about One Voice is that we are such a mix of people. Gay people, straight people, transgender people, spouses of transgender people, kids whose parents are straight, kids whose parents are gay. One Voice is really a family in the very best sense of the word.
The biggest thing for me is that One Voice has sort of been my whole life. Like, One Voice is the reason that I'm here, and that's how my moms got together and stuff like that.
One Voice Mixed Chorus has changed me because when I came into the chorus about 10 years ago, I didn't know very many LGBT people. And not only as an ally was I able to be a full member of the chorus, but I also made some of my best friends and learned really a lot about the LGBT community.
And now I'm here, I'm pansexual, and it's just such an amazing experience to be able to meet so many other LGBTQ people who are adults and who have many different experiences and outlooks on life to give me advice as I go on my journey as someone of the LGBTQ community.
I am so thrilled to have my own son in the choir with me.
My mother passed away after a 2.5-year battle with cancer. And at that time, I was also 9 weeks pregnant with my son. And the people here completely healed my heart and my soul with their love and the music. I give so much to this group to be so thankful that all of the people I sing with, no matter what section they're in, know my son when he runs in the door. He's another one of the One Voice kids. He's starting to understand the differences of the people that I sing with. He's like, I have one mom, but Bennett has two. And it doesn't faze him because love is love.
You're my little potato. You're my little potato. You're my little potato. I dug you up. You come from underground.
The world is big, so big, it's very big. To you, it's new to you.
You're my little potato. You're my little potato. You're my little potato. Dug you up. You come from underground.
Let's talk about root cross.
They dug you up.
And lamb chop.
They chew on you.
And
Things to eat like apples and cheese and bananas and cream, jellies and butter. It's late at night. I hope this little bottle helps you go to sleep. They must have grown you wild. You make a grown man child. I'll go and play in the mud to be with you, my spud. Potato, when you came out looking red as a beet, you had wrinkles on the bottoms of your feet.
Oh, now you are so sweet potato. You're my sweet potato. You're my sweet potato. Dug you up. You came from underground. You smile, a little smile.
potato, dug you up. You come from underground. You're my little potato. You're my little potato. You're my little potato.
Hi, everyone. Most important thing I want to say right now are these individuals right here. Oh, you can't hear me. These people right here were the singers in the first year or two of this organization. And I think they're heroes. I kind of like that. Gala Chorus is the North American-based association that supports and mentors LGBT choruses. And I'm a happy homo because I get to be here. There are a lot of choruses. There are a lot of gay choruses, but there are very few great choruses. One Voice is a great chorus. They're great. They're great because of their Out in the Schools program. They're great because they have commissioned 30 pieces of new music for all of us. They're great because they have an artistic director who is recognized nationally for her programming. They're great because of a trans festival that I could watch at home 2,000 miles away from here. But most importantly, they're great because they know that social justice does not exist unless everyone is welcome at the table. True justice engages everyone here. All of us participate in true justice. I believe that I think art should liberate us. I think music should liberate us. It should free us from faulty thinking and loathsome feelings. I think it should celebrate the joy and the love that I and every one of us here has that comes innately through us. And I know that when this concert is over and we walk through those doors, One Voice will have given us the opportunity to approach life differently, to think about it differently, to see it differently, to feel it differently. They're growing. Would you turn on the house lights, please? Look around the hall right now. Would you look around at those of us here? This is not One Voice. Jane is not One Voice. We are. Everyone here at this moment, in this room, we are One Voice. We make it One Voice. Paul Petrella, come up here. Hold my hand. A singer with a dream. And 30 years later, look at it. Wow. You are. So, and all of you. So it is, I get to be the guy invited here to say congratulations on behalf of the board of directors at Gala Choruses. We have a certificate celebrating 30 years. And even better, we have a donation for $500 from the staff and the board of directors at Gala Choruses. Because we know that we have to support our One Voice. Otherwise, it gets silenced. And it will be silenced. They will take the opportunity to. So we've got to support One Voice. So now I'm going to turn my back on you. Do not take it personally. You never know what you're going to get, and Jane knows that. Thank you. There are a lot of faces I recognize from 30 years of music, but thank you very much. You helped liberate me. Your job's not over. The music's not done. And thank you for letting all of us in this hall know we matter. It's a gift. I appreciate you. So thank you very much. Thank you.
wasn't gay, not gay per se. This was all long ago in Moscow. He tried to hide his inside, and though he married, still he tarried with some very merry men. And then, of course, he wrote this lovely theme. Totally straight, totally straight. Ludwig van Beethoven was totally straight. Ludwig van Beethoven was totally straight. His hair was white, he never smiled, and that is so not gay. Mozart was a pretty fancy guy, wowing crowds from Salzburg to Versailles. Silk clothes and velvet dancing pants, his dainty hand in chance, those he invites to dance. And they say, oh, that holidays, oh, that holidays, oh, that holidays, oh. But that didn't mean he was a freak, he was just a metrosexual of his day. John Philip Sousa, a heterosexual male. Farmer's macho, a manly muchacho, lots of percussion, basses and brass. Ashes, flashes, even the chicks kicked serious ass. No, Richard Wagner wasn't gay, he was a lesbian. Before Freddie Mercury, before Elton John, before Little Richard put eyeliner on, the sound of America was wholly defined by a guy with cowboys on his mind. Yes, Aaron Copland was a fan of a healthy rock with the common man. If that's hold your head up proudly and say, the sound of America is Jewish and gay. Then there's Handel, George of Handel. His history was a mystery. Which way did Handel sway? There's no scandal to which Handel was suspected or detected, so it's difficult to say. Some have said, just look at this cantata, what a lotta, operata. And some reply, objection, we weary of all this queer theory. Others say, we keep on forgetting, the truth is so upsetting. Some reply, you're gaily conflating, this is not worth debating. Back and forth, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, yada yada, yada yada. Handel said, nothing, Handel's dead. But they'll debate forever.
when dysphoria rumbles too loud, or thunder rolls too close, when the hounds of your body aren't peaceful, know that I am a gentle voice.
When pickets pick up their picket signs, and ignorance licks at our feet,
Take my hand, keep your eyes on the horizon. There is much more to see. Know that I am a gentle voice.
These bodies weren't made to be silent. This love wasn't built too high. Pride doesn't grow in a garden. It's birthed from a storm. It lifts itself out of the mud of shame and compromise to say, look at how I'm still standing. Look at all the life Look at how I'm still standing. Look at all the love I have left to
Perfect offering. Forget your perfect offering. Just ring the bells and still can ring. Just ring the bells and still can ring. There is a crack in everything. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. 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 Forget your perfect offering.
Why voice is important to me?
I think voice is important because it's really a personal thing.
It's how I can externalize whatever's happening inside of me to the outside world.
It's simultaneously the most public and private thing about you.
I have no idea what my life would be like if I didn't have a voice. I'm pretty convinced I might have come out of my mom's womb singing, so a voice is kind of everything. I remember as I was growing up, that's all I did. My mom's family, there are lots of singing and lots of singers, so I could always be found, like, you know, with my towel hair and, you know, my fake microphone and singing whatever I had in the CD player.
It's just like really inspiring for me to see trans musicians and trans folks performing and just putting themselves out there in front of a large crowd.
Coming together to be together, there's something about singing together that brings us together in a really unique way.
Just seeing the texture, the variety of people, realizing that this is not something unusual, that it is part of humanity, it's part of who we are as a people. And that's very empowering.
It's emotional.
10 years ago, trying to have a certain kind of voice for expression was important, but that had to do with me being able to embody my authentic self. And post-transition, I don't seem to have a concept of it. My voice is mine, and hopefully sometimes it just comes off genderless.
But the voice is also one of the most
misgendered features or aspects of the human physicality. If I'm on the phone, if I'm at the drive-thru ordering a cheeseburger, as soon as I speak, they don't have a camera or anything, they just hear my voice coming from the car, I have, you know, been slurred. I have been misgendered.
And just the delicateness of respecting other people's experiences. And but there's a whole lot of overlap, which is why it's good to get noisy. Yeah.
That's so sweet. One soul-kissed seed, love story, creation's glory. One at the core of all creation comes the first sound, the first seed sown.
Peregrine Trans Voices Chorus.
I first joined One Voice in 2012 for the 25th anniversary concert. And in the 5 years since that's happened, we've seen same-sex marriage legalized in Minnesota, in the United States, and in countries all across the world. The amount of progress that's happened in the past 5 years has been fantastic, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds.
One Voice mixed chorus has changed me. It has made me so much more aware of what's going on in the world. It has brought me closer to understanding all diversities in our country and how we need to come together. My dad, who is 81 years old, joined us this year as a tenor, And it's been very exciting to see him with us and sharing and learning all the stories and seeing how community like this is so important to everyone.
I started out as an alto 1 and I'm now a baritone. A lot of people knew me as Carrie. I found myself in my place now as Will. The friendships that I've made and the support I've gained in One Voice has really allowed me to become who I am and have the confidence to come out now for the second time to my family and my friends not in the chorus. I've learned we can be who we are and not be afraid to be who we are in this group. So allowing myself to be just who I am and not have any reservation for that has really been life-changing.
This is my first season with One Voice, and I just got married a week ago, which is really exciting. And as a trans person, it's been amazing to see the amount of acceptance of trans people that has been coming out recently, and it can only get better moving forward with more young people feeling comfortable coming out and living as their true selves.
When you start singing with a lot of other people who have the same conviction that things should be better, that things should be more inclusive, then you can't help but feel that with you in the rest of your life. You've got so many people who have your back, and that gives you the strength to have the back for so many other people.
30 years ago, I was an 18-year-old man who never dreamed of being married to another man, or having a community where I could be myself, or having a child and being accepted. But today is that day.
Building community.
And creating social change.
By raising our voices in song.
Happy 30th anniversary, One Voice.